Hi, folks. It's Angie Knoll from Reconciled Solutions. I've been helping small business owners navigate through financial crisis as a result of COVID-19 and shelter in place. Today, I just wanted to talk about the business crisis trend. I have this nifty little chart, and I just wanted to explain some of the emotions and feelings that we might all have been experiencing over the past few weeks. I know I have been experiencing over these past several weeks. So here's my little chart. It can be a little bit hard to see. So the first thing I want to notice is that the top here is shock. Okay, we start an economic recession with shock. All right, so this is where we're like surprised and we didn't know it was coming, and we're nervous and depressed all at the same time, and we might drink too much. I know I have drunk too much over the past few months here. And so we're all surprised at these things that are happening, and just trying to understand them and how do we stay safe. Okay, that's the first thing that happens. The next thing that happens here is this desperation stage. So you know what's happened, I'm sorry, it's here. You know what's happened in desperation is people went out and bought all the toilet paper off the shelves. We didn't have enough toilet paper to go around for everybody. And other PPE supplies are hard to get. And there were certain foods that couldn't be found. And so people were reaching and grabbing and trying to stampede and overreact to the different things that they saw as providing that safety net for themselves, okay? So I think now we've been in crisis mode for 10 weeks, I want to say. And so I think that we're starting to come out of desperation. The bottom of this curve then is the evaluation stage. Evaluation. Okay, this is a good place to be. I'm very happy to be there myself. I'm just trying to figure out what's next. Businesses are starting to reopen, and we're trying to figure out what does that look like. You know, do we need to have everybody wear a mask? Do we need to have partial work staff on certain days of the week and spread out the desks 6 feet apart? How do we manage, and what does our cleaning look like? What does our cleaning process look like? So we're in this business evaluation stage. There's a lot of thought going into how do I move my business forward? You know, am I going to have a business now that we're reaching 10 weeks, you know, the end of this shelter in place? And what does that look like? How do my offerings need to change? How am I going to continue to pay myself? How am I going to continue to pay my employees? Those are all things that we are evaluating right now. Okay, so we are in the evaluation stage. And as you evaluate, I did a video a couple weeks ago about the 10-10-10 rule. I just want you to think about that again. I want to bring it up again. So the 10-10-10 rule is that when you're considering an option, I want you to think about it from a 10 minutes perspective, a 10-month perspective, and a 10-year perspective. Okay, so would you feel better if you made this decision 10 minutes from now? How would you feel about that same decision fast forward 10 months from now? And how would you feel about that same decision 10 years from now? We want to do things that will be in appropriate alliance with ourselves and with our hearts and with our spirits. So making decisions using that 10-10-10 rule is a good thought process. It's something to think about. The next step in financial crisis is deliberate action. Okay, that's here. And this is where we're getting strategic. And we're trying to figure out what do things look like from here? How are we going to change? How are we going to rebound? How are we going to restructure? How are we going to re-swizzle things? These are the things that we think about with regards to deliberate action. Okay, and then what happens from deliberate action is the last step, which is business continuance. you will see that businesses will surge out of this, okay? Not everybody will. Some people will be frightened and they will have shut their doors or made the wrong decisions and borrowed too much money. But I am hoping that as we surge and burst out, that there will be this business continuance. And we're here to help you try to, brainstorm the different ideas. And we certainly don't have all the answers, but we just want to put it out there that if you are brainstorming for ideas and you need somebody to bounce something off of, we are here to listen. We are here to support you. And if there's a different way that we can support you, let us know, because we're trying to figure this out too, and help people through financial crisis. Recessions typically last a year to a year and a half. So in the history of time, that's been the typical timeline. So if we think about that, the end of March, beginning of April as the beginning of our recession, it's going to go well into 2021 and towards the end of 2021. And hopefully in 2022, we'll be bursting out of this, and bursting out with deliberate action, with opportunity, and with business continuance. Thanks. Have a great day. It's Angie from Reconciled Solutions.